Music for global change. Creating music that inspires the world. Welcome to the Music for Global Change broadcast. And now here's your hosts, founder and music ambassador Skylar Jett with Deborah Fenella and Tom Bryant.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to start a revolution? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to start a revolution?
Greetings, namaste. Welcome to the Music for Global Change broadcast. Hello, I'm Deborah Fenella, here with the music ambassador Skylar Jett and founder of Music for Global Change and presenter Tom Bryant. Now, we're really honoured and excited and blessed to introduce our conscious music producers, Greg Scott. Also, we've got, hi Greg, how are you?
Namaste, namaste.
Namaste, namaste. And later on in the show, we've got joining us also Sheldon Reynolds Aviva and also Denice Newton. So we're really honoured and excited and can't wait for today's show. So good evening, Greg. Actually, it's morning where you are,
morning,
isn't it?
Yeah, hello, good morning.
How are you today?
I am awesome. I am got my coffee, got my water, got my good vibes. I'm good.
Oh,
brother.
bless you.
That's right. Good vibes, man.
We're so excited to have you on the show because you've been really busy, haven't you? Because you was gigging again last night as well. So we're really blessed to you actually fits in your busy schedule. Now, as you know, we've been talking a lot about music for global change, and obviously you're an ambassador for Music for Global Change. So what does Music for Global Change mean for you yourself, please, Greg?
Well, I feel like, it's important to use because, I've been in the public eye for many years and using pop music to get a message across, and on all these platforms, it really basically just it's invoking change. A lot of my music and a lot of the subject matter that I use, and I use that voice and I use my platform to get it out. So it means so much, this platform as a musician. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. And you've got an amazing voice as well, because you also wrote a song for A Miracle, and it was actually a winner of the NBC song, wasn't it? And it was a theme
NBC
tune also for the
Songland.
Tokyo Olympics in 2020. And it was a wonderful, amazing song. I love it so much. Congratulations. So proud of you. So how did that
Thank
all
you.
come about, Greg? That opportunity, please.
You know what? A friend of mine, her name is Sam DeRosa. She's an artist here in LA, and her and I have been, playing together and writing together for a long time. And she had an opportunity to get on the first season of Songland on NBC, and I saw her up there. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this show is amazing. Like out of all the shows on TV, all the competition shows, there's The Voice, American Idol, The Four, whatever. I was on American Idol way back in the day when I was, I don't want to say how old I am,
You're very young.
but those shows just never really like did it for me because I couldn't
Yes.
really be myself as an
Right.
artist, and I couldn't express my artistry. I mean, singing is an art, right? But like
Yes.
to have a message in a voice that delivers that message is just different. And this show came along and it was perfect. And actually my wife was like, you're going to be on this show. Like you're going to do this. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So got Sam to, get me submitted for it and everything like that. And right away, they loved, Miracle. And they paired it up. They said, if you have something that's kind of like maybe it could be like a sports theme kind of thing. I had no idea what it was going to be for us, so I sent that song and they loved it. And in the production meeting with NBC, they sat us down. They're like, if your song wins, it's going to be the theme song of the Summer Olympics.
Wow, that is
That
phenomenal.
was fantastic.
How did you feel at that point when they said that to you? You just thought, gosh, this is just
Yeah.
an amazing opportunity. I can't
Yeah.
believe
You
this is
hated
happening
that,
for me.
my job
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was like to hear those words and that kind of platform and that kind of space with those kind of producers and that kind of reach was incredible. Like it's once in a lifetime,
Yeah.
And then they told me the artist that was going to sing it, BB Rexa. She's a big pop star, and it was pretty life altering to say the least. And then
Oh,
we
bless
go through
you.
the process, and this is all in January of 2020, so this is before anything
Wow.
was going down.
Yeah.
Right.
So we get through the filming, and I end up winning the show, which was
Congratulations.
incredible.
Well done.
Just to be a part of that and to work with Ryan Tedder at One Republic. I sat in his studio for a couple days, and we hung out and got to know him and everything. So that was incredible. Just completely. It was a dream. It was a dream come true.
And I
Yeah.
bet you were so pleased that your wife actually entered you as well in the first place.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Bless
she's actually the one that told me to submit that song
Yes.
because
It's like she knew, didn't she? She had a feeling that
rewind a
it was
little
going to
bit,
happen.
rewind a little bit. I didn't that song. I wrote it for a theme song because I do a lot of sync music for ads and trailers and things like that.
Yes.
And we wrote that for a specific thing that didn't end up happening. So that song got basically thrown into a bin of Dropbox music. You know what I mean? Just
Waiting for this moment.
Yes.
yeah, I mean,
It
it
was
little
destiny,
little
fate.
little engine
Destiny,
good,
yeah.
miracle. So she's like, "You do have a song like that." I'm like, "Oh yeah." And in my memory, I have such a horrible memory, like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, bless you.
So
Your family must be so proud of you, Greg, because I know that
Definitely.
we are all really proud of you, aren't we, Skylar and Tom?
No, listen, the whole world is proud of him.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. He cemented his name in 2020.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Most definitely
Right?
that song.
He cemented his name. Somebody ever said, what was the theme song of the Olympics in 2020? Only one person wrote that.
Yes.
Yeah,
And phenomenal
definitely.
opportunity.
What? You live with
And
that for
in
the rest?
history as well, won't it, Skylar?
No, I think it's the biggest thing. I love you for that, man.
uh,
I love that story, period, because there's songs that I wrote way back then just came out.
yeah,
And it's like you wait for the right situation for the song,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Yes.
Miracles is perfect because the lyrical content says it all.
yeah,
Once they put all those sports guys with that and the editing and all the time, once they put it all with the lyrical content, so you can actually see what the word is when they're talking about it, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Those guys were amazing too, right? The guys that did the video.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the guy. So they NBC did an edit where they sent it out to make the announcement about the Olympics, and then later on, a fan of mine actually went and took my song, my version of Miracle, and put it to an edit from the current Olympics, and it was incredible. It was
I'm like, how did you get to clear
That is
all of
amazing.
those, clear all those people in the video, man?
it was a fan of mine that pulled it off. I don't know,
Oh,
That's
like,
bless
amazing.
him.
and he's an amazing guy. His name is Alex. I'll show you something he made for me as well.
Oh, that's so kind of him, isn't it?
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's an amazing video. Have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
It's really good.
He made me this
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Wow,
skateboard.
it's a skateboard.
It's a snowboard, is it?
That's awesome. Is that
Wow, man, come on.
That's
Wow.
fantastic.
Pretty
That
amazing.
is.
It's crazy.
And your feet will never go on that sucker, will it?
No.
Never gonna use it.
It says warning if you're too old. But yeah, like that just goes to show like how music can reach people and touch people.
Yes.
Like that
Definitely.
inspired him to go to all that trouble, and it really moved him. And when he sent me that video, it just made me cry because it's just like
Oh,
that's
bless
what
him.
Miracle is about, and that's what
It is.
that's what inspiration is about. It's what invoking change, the whole thing. So yeah.
Yeah, man, and you're using music for global change.
You
Yeah,
certainly are.
definitely.
That's exactly why I wanted to get you on, because that song to me says music for global change.
Instantly,
It
yeah.
does. And
Yeah.
also
Right.
to believe in miracles as well, because so many people forget, about miracles, but you have to believe in order for miracles to be able to happen. And miracles happen around us on a daily basis. But quite often people are unaware because they're not, haven't got their eyes open with regards to that miracle, have they?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's very true.
Sometimes I love when a certain situation fits right in, right?
Yes.
And that's why when Greg said he wrote this song a long time ago for something else, I know what that feels like.
Yes.
And like, it wasn't time for it to come out.
No,
Right.
it's all about divine timing, though. I do believe that, don't you, Greg and Skylar? Because it's all about the law of attraction and fate, I think, to be honest. And it's all down to divine timing. When it's the right time, synchronicity then, takes place. And before you know it, next minute, the opportunity arises and the miracle then becomes, doesn't it?
You open the door for it.
You do,
Yeah.
most definitely. But sometimes when we do something, even though we're doing it, it's not necessarily for now, but it could be in the future, like what happened with Greg. And then the opportunity arose, it was the right time and the people ready for it. And they needed that song, especially with COVID. Believe in miracles. There are good things coming for the earth. Don't get drawn into the illusion of fear and the negativity that's sweeping across the planet. There is hope over the horizon, and music can save the world, can't it?
Every day,
And heal the world.
24/7. Every day.
Definitely.
It's the number one language in the world. I've been to
It
so
certainly
many.
is.
I've been to so many countries, and I love traveling because I meet people. Sometimes I can't speak their language, and I'm in their country, and I get to see what an immigrant feels like, right?
Yeah.
But every time they go, I say music, play music. They will always take me to somebody that can speak English and plays music in
Wow,
their
really?
country every time. So I got friends all over the world like that, right?
Oh, bless you.
Musicians.
That's amazing.
And
Awesome.
I mean, see, for years in the States, they didn't really promote European music. And the Europeans study the West. I know that now. I go to Africa, all kind of places. They're studying what we're doing in the West, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But they all dream of an American just hearing them play. That's a dream to them. You know what I mean? We have so much talent in America, we can't even get all them people in.
Yeah.
Mine would be very busy with shows, actually, Skylar, all day long and night, I think, personally, don't you?
Yeah, but the beautiful thing is, so see, Greg, Music for Global Change is to open up. What I said when I moved over here, what I wanted to do was like link you with a vocalist from over here, and you do the track. Same way around, you put your vocals on somebody over here, right?
That's
Well, we could do that because Skype is free.
no
Yes.
doubt.
Very true. Yeah.
I had a #1 song in Portugal. I did a duet with a brother there, right? Had a song out with a brother from Ghana, a duet with him, right? And I'm going out and I go to different countries and I do duets with different people. The cool thing about that is they introduce you to their friends.
Yeah.
So when I go to Ghana, I got an audience there. You know what I mean?
Cool.
When I went to Rwanda, I had an audience there. You know what I mean? And that's the coolest thing in the world. Now, Patty Austin was the best. That's my dearest friend, right? And she said, Scott, I got 3 bands. I said, why? She said, because it costs too much to fly everybody around. So I got a musical director on the East Coast, one in the middle of the country, and one over here. And I used to put her band together, from San Francisco up. You know what I mean? I find musicians for her, but Patty, man, she's brilliant. She flies all around the world singing.
Oh,
Like-
awesome.
Like if you came here, I got the means to put a band behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, they all, like I said, there's some talent over here you never believe, man. I can't wait to. There's some talent. There's some really amazing talent over here, man. And America, but I want to open it up so everybody can hear the talent from over here, over there, and and vice versa, right? Because in America, what pisses me off, I'm sorry, is like I can drive through Europe and I can hear all the American music that I want to hear, right? But it's not that way over there.
No.
You don't get to hear all the talent that's over here, and so or around the world, for that sake, right?
Right.
And it's really beautiful to me because I want to take some of the kids and go let them listen to some different instruments in other countries, and then put a beat to that.
Sure. Yeah. No
right?
doubt.
Some instruments you don't hear every day, right? And so we're going to open it all up, man. So the genre has been here. There's 71 million people who's written social conscious music songs, right? 347 million wrote love songs. All I'm trying to do is raise the level on the social conscious song.
Yeah.
And now we can have a platform for it, and it becomes a genre that's already been there. There's already an audience for it, but we don't have radio stations for it. We don't. There's no. That's all we're trying to build right here.
It's amazing.
We're rocking this world with music for global change, aren't we?
Yes, and we can change the whole thing because
we certainly can. Anything's possible.
I go to every country. Every country I've ever been to got music.
Yes.
I might not be able to speak to them like this in English, right? Like when I had a #1 hit out in Portugal, and only 40% of the band could speak English.
But that's
the thing. They sound like they from America.
Really?
Oh man, yeah, and it blew my mind because all the talent in Portugal, all these people play 4 or 5 instruments and sing.
Wow, yeah. That is phenomenal, isn't it?
But there's no administration for them in the country. There's no record people, but I can bring in Larry and Claytoven, who are the conductors from the Grammys, right?
Love those guys. I miss them so much.
We interviewed them, didn't we, a few weeks ago? We'll have to get you on the show with them.
Did you see the show? We did a show with them, man. It's like I've been knowing them brothers 35.
It's up on YouTube. It's up on YouTube, Greg.
It's on YouTube. We will actually organise to re-interview them again, and we'll get you on the show. How about that?
That's my family right there. Yeah, they're a big reason I'm who I am today, for real.
Oh no, them brothers is brilliant and talented, man. I love them.
And they're so lovely as well, aren't they?
Big hearts, big old hearts, man, right?
They are.
But that's the thing, what you're saying, Skylar, is that, disappear too much here, is that music is truly global. And as such, it doesn't matter if you speak a different language. Different languages can still harmonize. They can still make good music. And, you can collaborate regardless of whether you are in the same country or in the same language even, they can truly bind.
Sound is a vibration anyway, and the power of the sound and the vibration can really shift people's consciousness and help to heal people as well as healing the planet, because there's nothing more powerful than the power of sound.
Yeah.
And that's what we're aiming for, aren't we, Skylar, with Music for Global Change?
Well, my dream is to do festivals like this.
Yes,
right?
Other countries.
Of just talented, amazing writers and artists that write songs that will heal, educate, and solve problems, right? I'm not talking about yourself. Like I said, it's 347 million love songs. You think we got enough of those yet?
I think, like you said, we need more conscious composers. A lot of the songs that I'm writing now are all conscious songs anyway, and there's so many messages that we do need to still continue to send out to this world, Skylar, don't we? And that's where it comes into play with these conscious songs.
I'll have to say, in my lifetime, my heroes were Marvin Gaye, John Lennon, right?
Yes.
Nina Simone at this, Curtis Mayfield wrote these kind of songs, and Bob Marley, right? Did I say him? But there's so many and every time they did that, their fame got bigger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marvin Gaye was writing all these love songs. And Barry Gordy says, "Hey man, what you gonna do now?" He said, "I gotta write something about this war. I gotta tell people what's going on." Guess what the title of that record is? What's going on?
What's going on?
Love it.
He said, "I gotta tell people what's going on."
Yes.
Do you know that that record just turned 50 last month?
Really? 50? Wow.
Now, we didn't talk about his love songs, were we?
No,
No.
it's all conscious music.
That was what, like I say, I always say this, you know, John Lennon wasn't the most handsome in the Beatles, but he was the most significant.
He was, and he had such
Because
an important role, I think, in the world, to be honest, through his lyrics. And he will continue to be remembered for eons in the future as well, because he was a conscious composer like yourselves.
Imagine Peace.
Yes.
Yep.
That turned out to be bigger than all the Beatles songs he ever wrote.
Yep.
Yes, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, true.
Imagine Peace, right? Bob Marley out there talking about the struggle. He ain't talking about, hey, baby, let's go to bed. Look what you wearing on. They ain't none of that in his lyrics, right?
Yeah.
And Nina Simone, they didn't kick her out several countries because she wasn't there, told the truth, right?
Yep.
And so like I said, we can use this music is way more powerful, and those songs last forever.
They certainly do.
Definitely.
And the good thing is we do have social media now. We have YouTube as well, don't we? And loads of music digital platforms. So that really does help to get the music all the way around the world, which is what it does anyway,
It's
doesn't
far
it?
easier to broadcast in it all globally now.
It is.
Everything can go global within seconds,
Yes.
which is, you know,
And there's 7 billion people on the planet, right? All you have to do is find your audience in that 7.
Yes.
You don't have to have all of them
No.
to live comfortably. You know, you don't have to have all of them, right? Just find your own audience, right?
yeah.
We got to get you over here, my brother.
I think you would love the UK. Have you ever been to the UK before, Greg?
You know, I have not, unfortunately.
No. Oh, you love London. London's really cool.
Greg, Norwegian Airlines,
Okay.
$500 round trip.
Woo.
Wow, that's cheap.
That is cheap.
That's crazy.
Go do a gig tomorrow night, and you can buy your ticket.
Exactly.
We get you
No,
over here, Greg.
I've been wanting to get over that. I've been told many times that the UK would be, they really love my music and my vibe.
They would. It's definitely.
And my wife is Turkish, so we're going to be heading at least in that direction.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So we're going to Turkey next year. So
Turkey's meant to be really lovely.
We got to get you on some concerts over here, though.
yes.
Especially next year.
So we spread the word that way, right? I'm gonna see whatever way I can try to speak with some talent buyers. You know what I mean? In festivals. I mean, because that one song right there should get your gigs right there.
Yeah.
That one, even if they haven't heard none of your other songs, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
When you start talking about NBC,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's massive.
We're just hoping to get sponsors, aren't we, Skylar, at the moment? And we're really blessed to have Liz Presley supporting us, Elvis's daughter, and Lisa Marie Presley. She's part of the movement and supporting us as well. So they're going to help us, aren't they, Skylar, with regards to getting sponsors?
and bless them.
So we're so truly grateful, aren't we?
Bless them for being a part of the movement
Yes.
to start a new genre
Yes.
of social conscious music. That there's 71 million songs already, and no platform. We're doing that right now.
Yeah.
We are, most
create
definitely. We certainly are. So have you got any plans, Greg, to write any more sort of like social conscious songs in the future?
Yeah, I mean, all the time. You know, it actually, you know, I do, like I said, I write for a lot of trailers and ads and commercials and things, and it really does kind of link up with my whole vibe. You know, they're really needing like a lot of you know, fighting songs and perseverance and you
Yes.
know, make yourself better and all these, you know, self-help kind of vibes, you know, and that's definitely, you know, something that I gravitate towards and things like because I've been through a lot in this industry, and as Skylar knows, I mean, it's not an easy industry.
Yeah.
So, you know, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of perseverance is the main thing, really. It's just like, how much stamina do you know does one have, and then that's
Yes.
kind of that's how you make it in this. I mean, even if you don't have, billions of dollars, if you keep going and you are comfortable and you are doing what you love and you're creating, like, you've made it, you know what I mean? And it just takes those moments to push through, and that's a lot what my music has to do with, you know what I mean? And you can hear it in my lyrics and things. And like, if you go on my Spotify or wherever my music is, there's a song called Warriors that really kind of represents that, and also a song called Hello Trouble, which is about global, basically global
Yeah,
warming,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
it's about taking care of
The environment.
the environment, and and your brother, you know what I mean, your sisters, you know what I mean. So yeah, so my music is always has that undertone to it, even if it's a love song,
Yeah.
so
As
yeah.
a child as well, growing up, Greg, did you always have this dream of singing, to the world?
Oh yeah, oh
Yes.
yeah. No, it's funny, I had this thought last night because I'm getting ready for I'm doing a big show up north, at the El Rey Theater, and uh I a big thing that I do before bed is I envision, like, the intros and the different, because I produce the shows too, the lighting, the visuals, the arrangements of the songs, you know what I mean. So as a kid, just dreaming of that and seeing, like, watching those old, like, Michael Jackson shows, you know what I mean,
Yes.
like those huge
Michael
production,
was awesome,
comes
wasn't
out
he?
and he stands there and he's just like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you know and just how epic that was, and like that has never left
No.
my fabric,
Oh,
so
bless you. And now you're
just
living your dream as well, aren't you? Which is wonderful.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna jump out in that leotard.
Yeah.
Oh, bless
Maybe
you.
not that.
Look, no, no, no. Whatever you got to do. Hey, my brother, thank you so much, man.
Thank you so,
Yeah,
so
Thanks for
much.
You know what
joining.
I
Thank you
mean?
for joining us. And we're really
Uh,
blessed now to have Denice Newton as well. Hi, Denise. How are you? You okay?
we can't hear you.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
It's so good to be here.
Oh, we're really blessed to
Skylar,
have
Welcome.
you. Namaste.
namaste. It's good to meet you all. This is amazing.
Oh, bless you. We're really blessed to have you on the show. Now, you're also an inspirational lady and multi-talented as well. As I say, you're an
Thank you.
inspirational speaker, you're an author, spoken word artist, a radio host, and activist, founder of Ariel Riding Network. You studied communications in North Carolina. And you've also been in the United States Army as well, haven't you? And also the
Yes,
Army National Guard. And you've
that's right.
travelled more or less nearly halfway around the world doing radio
Yes.
host as well. And I just feel really honoured to meet you, to be honest. You're an inspirational lady, and thank you so much for all the amazing work that you do, as well as Greg does as well, Shining Bright. So thank you so much.
Oh gosh, it's beautiful. Thank you for being here. I just been excited like a kid at
Oh,
Christmas
I know.
time
We
ever
were chatting
since I
last night
got this
till 1 o'clock
invitation.
in the morning.
Yes.
Bless you. So we love having you on the show, and we're really blessed as well. So as you know, obviously we're really pushing forward music for global change, and I know that you're a huge fan and supporter, and worked with Skylar as well previously on a radio show together for 3 years, and interviewed some amazing guests on your show as well. So you're
Yes.
very much open to music for global change.
Yes.
So what does music global change actually mean for you, Denise, in respect to bringing positive change to the world, please?
Well, one thing that personally I've always found that if I'm in a certain type of mood, okay, and it could be a negative mood, the thing that brings me out quickest is music.
That's
I
right.
could always get that particular song or listen to those particular lyrics that would just bring me out of that mood. And I have, and since meeting Skylar, I've been able to see that even more, in that the way that our world is just moaning and groaning in pain right now, if we could get a hold of something very positive that we could just apply to our everyday lives. I mean, it's at the point now I have to disconnect from the media sometimes, disconnect from the TV, because everything is just so horrible to see. But then I would disconnect and I'll turn on some jazz, or I'll turn on some classical and just listen to music. And all of a sudden, none of that stuff that's happening matters. You know, it just takes me to an all new place.
It's
exactly
medicine.
Does.
Definitely.
And it's creating your own peace haven, isn't it? Your own nirvana, which is what you're doing. I mean, I try not to watch the news or listen to the media because there's so much negativity out there and the illusion of fear as well. But we are going through a lot of global planetary changes with the ascension and the 3D reality and the 5D reality. So consciousness is rising and people are waking up now, aren't they, consciously? And I think that's where music sort of plays a massive big part in regards to this process of change, and also with the music for global change as well. You know, we are healing the world, but also healing and shifting people's consciousness too.
Yeah.
So critical.
It certainly is.
I'm sending you so much love.
Right back at you, big brother. Right back at you. This guy right here changed. He don't know. He gives me credit for helping him, but this guy changed my life when we were on the radio for 3 years. Just by who he is, the positivity that he brought every day that radiated from him in everything we did and said. Skylar changed so much of my own thinking, because sometimes it was kind of difficult to see anything good with all of the bad that's going on. But he come with that silky smooth voice of his. And then boom, it's like, I don't forgot whatever it was I was obsessing over. So I am just eternally grateful to my big brother for that.
Oh, I love you so much. And now, do you remember Greg?
Oh, of course. Yes. Hi, Greg.
Hi.
I remember when he was on the show.
Greg, you don't remember that?
It was so long ago.
Wait, that's cold-blooded.
No, I told you my memory is horrible. Okay.
But I remember, yes. He's amazing. Another one with a silky smooth voice. I love it.
He has got a beautiful voice like Skylar.
What a beautiful melody tool that he has, that he was born with.
Yes.
See, and I say this all the time as a singer. Our imprint is our fingerprints.
Yes.
And our vocal sound, right? Now, we can change places and go in different states tomorrow, and I'll call you up. We can turn this off. Hey, Denice, I know it's you because I know your voice.
Yes.
I know Greg's voice. I know Deborah and Tom's voice, no matter where we stand on the planet, right?
Yeah. I
can call you and I don't have to be looking at you. No. So that's what I'm saying. You know, all this video stuff, all that stuff is cool, you know, but I remember when you had to listen to somebody's voice and go, I know who that is.
So
whatever tool you're going to make, just make it your own sound. Jimi Hendrix, you can play him. I know who that is. You ain't looking at him, but you know his sound. That's same with our voices, right? That's why there's two different unions: musician union and vocal union. The vocal union is different because you can't plug your voice in.
No.
If Greg don't show up to that place, you don't have Greg.
You don't have vocals, no, that's true.
I'm only saying, right?
Yeah.
That's the valuable part that you have, is just like, you are your tool. All that other stuff you play is cool and all that, but your voice
is your tool.
Yeah.
It was the first instrument, even before piano.
Yes.
It was a voice, right? So that's why I'm saying, I mean, I've been doing this now for 55 years, right? And it's taken me all over the world, but before I show up, you don't have my sound.
No.
Now, I remember when if the bass player didn't come over, you didn't have bass.
No.
Guitar player, you didn't have him, right? Now they got, you can go to NAMM and get one keyboard. And I got, what you want? I put some trumpet. I got that right here. So that's the part I don't like, that because the human sound, you can't beat the sound of a human. You can try all you want to. Everything is emulated from it, right?
Yes.
and I look at people who have certain talents. Like Greg, who would be your favorite keyboard player?
Greg Gaines is one. This guy Charles here in LA is just killing.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Do you know Eric Daniels?
Yeah, that sounds super familiar.
I'm have to introduce you to my friend I've known since I was 15 years old. He is the keyboard player for The Voice.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
And he's been there since the beginning.
Wow. My homie Nate, do you know Nate Morton? He's a drummer. He's the voice drummer.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's super tight.
Well, just ask him about Eric. I mean, Eric is Michael Jackson's cousin.
Is he? Oh wow.
So I got mad at him. I said, hold on, all this time we've been struggling.
You didn't tell me.
And you've been Michael Jackson's cousin, dude? It just ain't right. Denice, what is happening with you?
Oh, I'm just taking life one day at a time, trying to fly above all of the noise the best I can, and just stay connected. It's just right now couldn't be a better time for this type of music that you're talking about right now. I remember back when We Are the World was written and recorded. Whoa. That really did something. It really brought people together. It changed mindsets. Music is a healing mechanism. Yes, and we need so much more of that. That's why sometimes I ask, where are the artists? Where are all of the musicians that can stand up and all of this hatred that we're seeing right now, particularly in the United States of America, all of this hatred, all of this uncertainty, this fear, this outrage? We need the musicians, we need the artists to come in and smooth things over. And that is a healing mechanism that can do it. I wish we could do something on the scale of We Are the World again, because I believe that it would change some mindsets. We're so divided, so bitterly divided right now.
Bring the temperature down. You know what I mean? That's what music can do. I mean,
yes.
If you guys remember, Woodstock, I don't know if I've been here since Woodstock. I know I
was probably just a baby and not even born yet, but
that was the most epic concert of all time. Bill Graham was out of the Bay Area, right? But he got this farm and he did this concert and he brought everybody, Sly Stone, every Jimi Hendrix, everybody out there. And the cool thing about it is, like, they would do a few of their songs, but then they would do one of the songs about stopping the war.
Yeah.
And that's what stopped the war. The Marvin Gaye, what's going on, John Lennon, Imagine Peace, that stopped the war. When people started writing songs about, okay, this is enough of that, right? And that needs to happen again.
It does.
It does.
Yeah. It does. Love to see a big global concert, just worldwide. That would be amazing.
Wow.
It's coming, isn't it, Scarlett? It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming next year.
That's what
we're going to make it happen.
We're putting together something now. We're going to do a festival. I want to do a festival of like 2 days and 3 bands on each day, right? And everybody come do your social conscious music, and let's set this thing on fire and go play somewhere else, right?
Yes.
Hey, all right. Love it.
Yeah. And we're gonna get Brother Greg over there. I gotta get him over here. So you say, because I mean, it's a different. You know what's beautiful, man, is the love that they have for Americans over here.
Mm.
I couldn't get a fly to land on me back in the United States, right? And
we
now
do have Americans over
I've been all kind of TV
we love your
shows.
accent too.
Thank you. I love your accent.
Oh, thank you.
I wish we loved each other that way.
That's right.
That's awesome.
I've got more of a country accent because I live in the country in Dorset.
My dream is to get Denice and Greg over here. She's a writer, and this book we did. Well, I contributed by writing a song for it. You know what I mean?
Yes, he did.
And the beautiful thing is that book has all these amazing women from all over the world that went from nothing to having something.
Yes.
And they took themselves there, right? And Denice did a book so all the young ladies can read about people that took something from nothing and made something from it. That's what our show was about. Solutions Now Radio.
That's right.
It's all about empowering women to believe in themselves as well, because anything is possible if you set your mind to it. But first, you are the key, and you've got to believe in yourself too.
Absolutely. That particular book was called Ariel Rising. And Ariel, of course, in the Hebrew is lioness.
Yes.
And to me, all these women had the spirits of the lioness. It was 50. I interviewed 50 women from different walks of life. And Skylar produced a song called We Have the Power to Change the World. And
I've
it
heard
just
that.
became an
Amazing.
amazing theme song. The book did so well. It was so good that I ended up doing one called Cubs Rising, where I did the same thing with 50
Younger.
children 12 and younger.
Wow.
And it was the same thing, you know, it was something to pose a question to, you know, you typically would ask a child, what do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, I want to be a police officer. I want to be a teacher. You know, I want to be a football player. But I was getting answers like, I want to be an analytical chemist. You know, and I'm like, and these were between 5 and 12 years old. And I'm like, excuse me? Yeah, I want to be an analytical chemist, you know, and I want to be a pediatrician. So you weren't getting those typical answers. And by doing that book, it caused other kids to start looking and say, one child even decided he wants to be a writer based on me putting him in that book. And now he's in high school now, and he's an illustrator. He does illustrates book covers.
Awesome.
And so this, you know, and I know that it was effective. And that song, We Got the Power to Change the World, and it's really catchy, and that beat is awesome. And I'm telling you, it gets women moving when they hear that. So
yes,
Skylar,
empowering too.
diggity.
No, it's social consciousness, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
I was raised by 3 women. My dad left my mom when I was 6 months old. So I never had that feeling of a mom and dad love at the same time, right? I just never felt that, right? And but I said, you know what? I'm gonna make it anyway. Dad, you don't want to be around? My arms are moving, my legs are moving. I'll make it anyway.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I'm over here in England right now. I never had a dad. Okay, so you can do anything you want. I was a welfare child, so you can't tell me nothing about that struggle and stuff like that. But the only thing kept me sane was music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the power of music, it can heal you.
And not only that, being around people that write music. You know what I mean? Just being around creative people.
Yes.
I'm done. I'm fine. I can do that for the rest of my life. Just be around people that have that natural ability to let something beautiful go out of their body, right?
Yes.
And I love watching it, right? Yeah, you can be in the studio all day long, but it's nothing like performing.
No, it's not. No.
Would you say that, Greg?
No, I went through, like a lot of people went through a lot of hardship during the pandemic because we were cut off from that energy, you know.
Yeah.
I perform, you know, four nights a week, 5 nights a week sometimes, and like just to be cut off from any type of, you know, feedback, or you're giving, you're receiving, you're giving, like that's something that's a big part of why I do this, because I love being around people in that
That's right.
in that type of environment, you know.
Yes.
And it was just taken away like at the drop of a hat. Like it was crazy. I mean, I remember I had a session here at the house March 15th. The next day, you know, everything shut down. All my gigs were canceled. It was like looking at 150 dates gone.
Wow.
Bless you.
It's just like, whoa. and what's beautiful about it is it did, like, because I was working with some people that were getting a little jaded and a little bit like, you know, taking stuff for granted, as we all do. We're human, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, it becomes a job, even if it is a passion and love. If you go every single day to that same thing, like you're gonna have some sort of you know, like you're gonna find something in there, and you're gonna, you know, lean on it. You know, but it opened everybody's eyes up, like, oh my God, like I really need this. Like my body needs this, my soul needs this, you know, and people need it too, which is what's great about global change. Like you're opening up to the whole world, you know what I mean? And it's
Namaste,
it all
brother.
around. Yeah.
Well, that's what it's about, though, because like I said, I've never been to a country, and I've been to a lot of them that didn't have music. and everybody there wanted to find somebody famous to, you know, take them off and make them a star, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we give the whole planet a stage?
Yes, to perform.
I like that.
Where
Bring the world together as one.
what?
The people as one.
I've never heard Ethiopian. Give them a stage, right?
Yes.
Well, here's a channel. You can go check it out.
We can maybe do like a massive big live screen and connect it to all the countries and get them to sing live at our actual Music for Global Change Festival. I think that'd be wonderful, encouraging them. Even if you chose one particular song, and then, you know, we connect different parts of the world and got them to sing it with us live, maybe hold a candle of light to the world, saying that we can change this world, we can bring healing to this world, and there's so many wonderful things happening right now that people need to just wake up and see it and step out the illusion of fear, because music is really going to heal this world and also heal humanity as well. And that's what Music for Global Change is all about.
Yes, it is.
Waking the people up consciously.
Now, Denice, another reason I love Denice so much is because whenever I finish a song, I send it to her first, right?
Yes, I love that.
So she hears it at bare, you know, the bare bones, right? Like Raul Lepred, the bass player of the Commodores, sent something to me that stuck with me forever. He said, "Scott, if you can't hear a hit song in between either the vocal and the piano or the vocal and the guitar, I don't care how many tracks you put on it, it will never be a hit.
No.
Wow.
It's got to be a hit from the substance, from the root.
Yes.
Whether you play any melody notes on it at all, you know what I mean? And if you can hear hits on there, then you can go color it in. You know what I mean? And make it everything, right? You got to start from somewhere. Usually the piano and the vocal. And when I produce vocalists, I tell them that I don't want you to listen to anybody for 3 months.
Wow.
I want you to come. I want to hear who's inside of you.
And hear your voice.
Yeah.
I don't want you to stop. Well, no, they do it like that. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
No.
Do it how you do it, not other people.
And I think also so many people tend to sing like, you know, their favourite artist rather than actually find their own true voice themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what's really important, to find your true voice. And when you write that song, it's a form of an expression from yourself and how you feel and the positive changes that you want to see within your lifetime, but also within this world as well. And it's just having that platform to do it, isn't it?
It is. Denice, so all them songs I sent to you all these years,
Yes.
you always go, when I wrote I Survive for cancer survivors, right?
Yes.
And then we had a show about it. That was the cool thing. We had some friends on that had cancer, and they came up.
Yes.
Oh, bless.
My mom died from cancer, and my first wife died from cancer.
Oh, bless you.
And so, but I didn't want to write a song that was a sad song,
No.
because you only have two choices. When you get diagnosed, it's like you either gonna give up, right, or you'll keep fighting.
Yes.
So I wrote a fight song.
Oh.
Yeah.
He did.
And then come to find out the woman that sang on it was a prison guard. She holds the gun in the tower, man, for 8
Is
hours.
she?
Right? Yes. I
Oh,
say,
bless her.
how in the world can you sing like that? Got tennis shoes on, then you go throw them away for some pumps. Well, at night, you know. So I mean, but shit, the girl can sing like you never believe, right?
Oh,
And
bless
so I said I was gonna, well, I said I'm gonna try to get the American Cancer Society involved so you can go sing that at some of the events that they have, right? And sure enough, Western, remember Western?
Western Bonim, yes.
Yeah, yes. And Western said to me, as soon as I got diagnosed, instead of me being sad, I went and called all my comedian friends and made them tell me jokes. How cool is that, right?
That's really cool.
And she said, Scott, if I would have had that song when I got diagnosed, it would have brought my fear levels down. And I said to myself, wow, what a beautiful tool that is.
Yes.
You can write something that bring their fear levels down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the American Cancer Society used my song 7 times.
Oh, did they? That's
For
fantastic.
events in Golden Gate Park and all. Really beautiful. But that's
Oh,
what
beautiful.
that's when Greg talks about writing a song and then putting it in a place where it's supposed to be, instead of you trying to shove it around and make it, or say somebody bite. You got to wait for the right situation, right?
Yep.
You certainly have.
I don't just write songs to write songs anymore. I write them for situations, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I just wanted to say, Skylar, of course, my mother passed away from cancer back in February, just past February. And something that you did that was tremendous in that your song Eternally, you sent me that song because, typically when someone dies, the music that goes along with the funeral is all really so morbid and sad and depressing. And when you sent that song and said, Denice, that use this song, for your mom's funeral. And I did. And when I did, it's like everybody is sitting up and they're listening to the words of the song. And it was not that somber, extremely sad occasion. It let people know, okay, she's gone, but she's going on to a better place. And it just brought unity to all of us that was there. Like, this is an eternal thing. We need to love each other eternally. We need to just stay together, stay united. So it really changed the atmosphere during the time of my mother's death. And I really can't thank you enough for that.
I love you so much for that. Because when you write a song, whether you make a dime or a dollar, if it touches you, that's the most important thing, right?
It certainly is.
I say that to musicians that go to college for music, years and years. Jimi Hendrix was and he's in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't read music, right? But there's a lot of people that go through this theory, like, if you can't read music, which I can't, I can't read music.
I can't either.
Yeah, and it doesn't. That's the most important thing, is that you let this thing happen where it's about feeling. It's not about being all, I'm technically right in music, right? But I go, well, how does it feel? Right? Because music is about feeling. It's about emotion, right?
Yes.
Brother, my brother. Look here. Look.
Hi, Sheldon.
Hi, Sheldon.
Hello there.
We're so excited to have you on the show today.
I'm glad to be here. I'm honored.
Oh,
What? Get out of here, man, with that all that stuff.
Gotta stay humble, man.
Yes, you do.
Could have been anybody in my position.
That's right.
Oh, bless
Well,
you.
we're gonna give you a proper introduction right now.
We certainly are.
And I want you to meet my friends after that.
Now, I'd like to formally introduce the amazing Sheldon, American guitarist, singer, songwriter, Sheldon Reynolds. You're also a former guitarist with the bands Sun, the Commodores, Earth, Wind and Fire. And we're going to be interviewing Aviva very shortly as well. You wrote an amazing song, well, you wrote many amazing songs, but another one in particular called Love and Respect. And it was all about the mission statement, for respect for all women across the globe as well. So we would love to, talk about that and the inspiration behind it as well, please, Sheldon.
Yeah, well, I think Aviva would probably address it better, but it's really about, like you said, respecting women, and we need to learn how to do that all over again, because the world is a better place when we're both happy.
That's right. That's
right.
right.
Oh, bless you.
Denice wrote a book about women's empowerment.
Oh, great.
So you guys got a little in common right here, brother.
Yes, Ariel Rising.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
And if more women ruled the world, we wouldn't be in the shape that we're in, by the way.
How about that?
I agree there, actually.
That's right.
How about
We're
that?
the peacemakers of the world, aren't we?
That's right.
Most definitely.
Sheldon, this is Denice Newton, Sheldon, and you guys get to link up, and brother Greg Scott up here.
Hey.
I want you to meet Greg.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's an honor to have you.
Both of you guys live in LA.
I need to hang out with you. You got all the ivory behind you.
And I got the roads over here,
Hi, Aviva.
Right.
Hi, Dina.
That's great.
Hi, Aviva. We was just talking about, obviously, the song that you wrote together with Sheldon, all about love and respect. Now, please give us a little bit more information with regards to your inspiration of actually writing that particular song. I know it's all about women's empowerment, but what sort of guided you to write that song From like, was there any sort of like personal experiences that you went through yourself, and you wanted to write this particular song all about empowering women to believe in themselves?
Yes. Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
That collaboration was really fun. That was the flagship anthem for the not-for-profit Love and Respect All Women. And obviously, my inspiration, I think probably every woman can relate to. We have had a lot of progress definitely over the past century, but there's still such a long way to go when it comes to, equal pay and certain, basic rights. And so I feel I had a very easy time writing it, actually.
Oh, did you?
Like the first verse was like, what's the difference between you and me? Animosity throughout the centuries. I feel like it's become such a deeply ingrained part of our society and our culture. And we're really motivated to try to bridge the gap of inequality and bring awareness so that people are aware of it, so we don't get settled in complacency. And that was my basic inspiration in writing the lyrics, and it was a really great project. I'm really pleased on how it came out.
And it's an amazing song, because it's funny, you remind me of Helen Reddy in respect, because she wrote that song as well, didn't she? I Am Woman, and it was all about women's liberation when it was all kicking off, going back many years ago in New York, and she wrote that song. And again, it was all about women empowerment. We all stand together, we can change this world. But also you remove that sort of divide between men and the separation between men and women as well. And that's what it's all about. And your song, again, is sending out that poignant message globally, to the world, that we are one at the end of the day, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yes. And we have to keep moving towards progress.
Most definitely. And we are the peacemakers of the world, as well as the men are too.
That's
and
right.
I think if we team up together,
we got a little something to do with it now. Come on.
Yeah,
we can rock this world, can't we, Skylar?
That was a specific point that I wanted to make, because like the same way with any rights movements, you have to have that good allies. So I think the men play a very important role in it also. It's not just
most definitely. And also I think there's more and more songs being written today for people to wake up and to remove, that divide that's been sweeping across the planet, and also to remove racism and all sorts of things that are taking place at the moment, and people to understand that we are all one and peace is the answer in order to heal this world. And it's all, to stand all together to bring positive change to this world. How can we bring positive change to the world if we're all angry and, completely discriminating against each other? At the end of the day, that is not the resolution. We need now to change it and remove that illusion of fear and remind people that we are all one and peace is the answer, and let's all work together to bring positive change to this world. And that's what each and every one of you do. And I'm so proud and blessed of all of you, because you're all rocking this world and you're doing phenomenal work and you're all shining bright. And as I say, I really feel honoured and blessed to meet you today. So namaste.
Namaste. Pleasure meeting you.
Now, Sheldon and I have been knowing each other since 1982. I know that's way back then. But it's really wonderful. We toured together for a couple of years when we was in the Commodores together, and that was the most. I love you so much, brother. I mean, your playing is just you from another planet, brother. I love you so much, man, and I always have.
That was my twin brother playing behind the stage.
Yeah, man, and it's really beautiful to see you. I saw you at the Beverly Hills Hotel. That was. I left LA. God damn, it was excuse me. That was about in the 80s. I left LA in 1988. I lived there from 80 to 88, right? But that 2 years I lived in Alabama, where we rehearsed at, right down there.
Wow.
In Tuskegee, right? Yeah, brother. Great to see you, man. And like I said, this is wonderful that you guys have written a song about women's empowerment, and then we have Denice on there that's written books about it, right? And I wrote a song for her. And then, I mean, you met Greg, right? Because you guys write in LA together.
I don't know if we met, but I hope we do.
He wrote the theme song for the Olympics in 2020.
Oh, great. Congratulations.
Song for a Miracle. It's amazing, Sheldon. You would love it. a phenomenal song, isn't it, Skylar?
You guys got.
We'll hook up.
You most definitely. Hey man, you got all them Earth, Wind, and Fire tracks, man. Come on, man.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. What you talking about?
There you go. There you go. I heard him. Myself.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Oh my God. My sister, listen. What's wonderful what you're doing is recognizing about promoting social conscious music, and I want to thank you for that. Okay. It's really wonderful because the song can travel faster than all this other stuff, right? Now it's about finding a place where it's needed the most, right? And then, like for your song, we just got to find the audience that's looking for that, and they're out here. They're out here nowadays. You gotta find the audience for whatever you're doing, whatever project you're doing. We have to do it for ourselves now. The record companies are gone; they're obsolete. But the best part now is you can drive people directly to your product, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's finding the audience for your product. And there's a lot of listeners out here that want to hear that song. We just got to go find them, right? Wherever they're talking about this subject in blogs or whatever. But put that song right in the middle of that, right? And there's another thing you should get on radioguestlist.com. Have you heard of it? You ever heard of radioguestlist.com?
I have not, but I write it down right now.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
That's how I found Skylar.
Was it? Wow. I ought to put some of my songs on there.
Through radioguestlist.com. Actually, his manager contacted me. She was looking to promote his social conscious music.
Oh, really?
And his manager contacted me and said, I got this artist that's doing this great thing, and I'd like to know if you would interview him. And I was like, absolutely. And he came on the show, and we had so much fun on that show that he said to me, let's do it again next week. And I said, you want to come back next week? And he said, yeah. And the week after that, and the week after that. And he said, why don't we co-host
3
together?
years.
And this is how it all started.
And we would still be going because we did it for 3 years, right?
For 3 years.
But then when I moved over here, I'm like, okay, because we used to come on at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, but that's 2 o'clock in the morning over here, right?
That wasn't going to work.
I'm not staying up to 2 o'clock, go and try to meet everybody else. But Denice, this is so great that you meeting these guys. Hey, Sheldon, will you send your song to Denice?
Say it again.
Will you send your song to Denice?
Please.
Which one do you mean?
The song you guys wrote together. Will you sing?
Yes. Would you like to sing it for us live? We would love you to. Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit.
That would be great.
We'll sing it with you if you give us an intro.
Well, I didn't sing it, so I had to get to Aviva if she wants to sing it.
Aviva, would you like to sing it for us, please? You got a beautiful voice.
Oh, I would be happy to.
Yeah? Oh, please, thank you. Even if you just sing it a verse, but we don't mind. We'd be truly grateful.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
It's early in the morning here, so I'm
sorry. We've really put you on the spot today. So sorry.
Oh, it's all good. So it's, what's the difference between you and me? Animosity through the centuries. But still what we fail to see is that there's power in unity. Yeah. Show me support more than opening the door. Together we're more love and respect. Oh, if you stand by me, better show me love and respect. I'm a woman. Oh, if you stand by me, better show me love and respect. I'm a lady.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. So what are your plans for the future, Aviva, with writing songs and conscious songs in order to bring positive change to the world, please?
Definitely my biggest motive in music. I personally believe that it's a universal language. It's a great way to get people to listen to your cause, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I definitely want to make conscious music that makes a difference, and a positive difference, more importantly, in the world. That was definitely a huge incentive for me when I started this journey in the first place. Yeah. So yeah, we're in the process of doing a music video. We just did a concert late
Wow,
June,
congratulations.
and we are trying to push this as far as we can.
That's
We're doing
Now,
Well
events
done.
as
you
well. through the-
tell me you use real musicians.
Sheldon is here, so that's fun.
Sheldon
Hello.
will enlighten us.
I'm only saying, right? I don't get the whole thing going up and singing karaoke on your own song. You know what I mean? You got to have musicians behind you.
Yes.
That's another feeling. That's a better feeling than somebody just punching the damn, what's the computer over there, and now you up there by yourself. No, that's not the.
Computers don't dance.
I'm only saying, man. Come on, man. We got to get back to
Computers can't dance.
How about that
So
one?
So true.
I did this thing one time where it's like a demonstration where I have a guy bring all your equipment up on stage, right? And in the old days, in the 30s and 40s, they could put one light on the piano, and the rest of the stage was dark. Do you guys remember any of those movies like that? Where they put the spotlight on the piano, but everything else is dark on the stage. You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
So I want to have them put it on somebody, like, let's take all of Greg's stuff right there and let's put it up on Oprah Winfrey's stage and then put the spotlight on it, right? And we bring a 10-year-old kid up on the stage. And I say, son, what do you want to hear? You want to hear some drums? Yeah. Hey, Greg, can you program some drums? And you program some drums, right? And the kid's like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling that. But the old folks in the audience, they're like, they ain't no drum. They ain't drums, right? So next thing you know, you let that go on a few minutes, and I go, okay, cut that off. And then I'm going to say, put the light at the entrance over there. And I want a drummer to walk in with the drums in the cases, right? And he come up on the stage, he take them out, and he put bells and whistles and cymbals, and then he sits down with two sticks, and his arms and legs moving, and that 10-year-old kid is going, what the hell is that? Because if we keep going like this, they won't know what drums like, right?
No.
Yeah.
So I want them to see a human being playing that drums. Now check this out, Sheldon. I love this because I always use you guys as an example. Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm gonna say, okay, cut that off. Program some Greg, can you program some bass over there? And then he programmed a little bass to that. right? He programmed the bass and with the drums, right? And then I'm gonna say, cut that off. Right back at the entrance again. I've had that light on it. And I want the bass player to start coming down the aisle with this big ass amp.
They're heavy as well.
Struggling,
Very
trying to get it
heavy.
up on stage and stuff. And then he got all these gadgets down here. He started plugging in the bass, plugging in the amp. And this kid, 10 years old, is like, what is that? Right? I'm going to do this every time to every instrument and build Earth, Wind, and Fire around that 10-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit it right there with John Paris. And I don't know what the bass. I know John Paris on drums, right? I want the 10-year-old kid to sit right in the middle of the bass amp and the drums, and every instrument that he want to hear. First of all, I'm gonna say, do it on the computer, Greg. And when they see that kid will never want to see the computer again. It's a different feel. Y'all know that when you go to church. It's a different feel, right?
It certainly is.
Definitely.
Because humans are emotion.
They are emotional.
And with tools, using a tool is for your emotions. And the kids, they need to see that. I want to sit them right down on the floor and watch these amazing human beings playing instruments so they can see that instrument, you know? My first instrument was a trumpet. The school sent the musicians union down there to play for us, right? And I saw the trumpet, I go, man, I want to play that, right? And we broke, you know, I was a welfare kid, right? So my mom had to rent a $300 trumpet. And she said, I'll kill you if you drop that trumpet. I'll never forget that. And so, but the only thing is, so I start playing it, you know, you got to do your lips like that kind of thing, right? And the next day, the girls were laughing at me. I quit trumpet. They're like, look at your lip. You know, look how big your lip is. What happened? Somebody beat you up or something, right? So no. So I know my limits, but singing has been for me everything, you know. And I mean, both of you guys sing really, really amazing, right? But and you know how to control it. See, when you standing on the stage and you looking out at people, and you can tell if anybody's into the groove or not on this side of the stage, right? And you know when you got them because they get up.
They do.
They get up and they come on the floor. Hey, you got them now, right? And I know what you mean, Greg, when you said you went from that to when COVID happened, none of that. I know what you mean.
And there's nothing better than singing to a live audience as well.
That's what I'm talking about.
Isn't it? There's nothing better than doing that. Even
better now, because I'm an old OG. So, you know, after the show, you would go out and get in this line, right? And then you could sign your albums and stuff like that. But today, we don't need that because you got that phone in the middle of your hand. So, Greg, check it out. You could be out there. I'll show you how to make another $700. Check this out. So you out there, everybody jump up. Oh, I got him now, right? Right? And you go, hey, did you like that? Text me right now and you can buy it right now. They never had to move, right? Think about that. We got that, guys. If you got them. If they love the song, that's called instant gratification, right?
Yes.
And they can buy it right now, right after the song is over. You made another $700. We couldn't do that before.
Right.
Yeah, true.
There's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my God. That's so wonderful to see all you guys here.
It certainly is. It's the most we've actually had on the show altogether, isn't it, Skylar? All 6 of us today.
It is.
Well, the beautiful thing, we're in England and they're in the States.
Yes.
Okay. So we're coming
really good
and we're talking about music from both sides, right? That's what music is.
I'm on Jupiter right now. I don't know where you are.
You where? You where?
On Jupiter.
I heard that.
Jupiter.
I'm an Aries. I'm a Mars man, you know. But
right.
Oh, Sheldon, tell me something, man. How does it feel to be right? You know, I mean, not just singing with Earth, Wind, and Fire, but you're writing social conscious music. How many more songs do you have like that?
Oh, there's a bunch of them. I couldn't even count.
Well,
I've
bring
been
them.
writing it all my life. That's what I've been about that all my life.
All you guys bring them because I'm gonna put this in a place where people can come and just listen to social conscious music, right? There's no genre for it. 71 million songs have been written, but no genre for social conscious music, and that's what we're creating. Rock has been here for years, jazz has been here for years, all other ones, but there's never been a place for social conscious writers and radio, and we're going to create that, right? That's why I love you guys being on this show right here, because this is the start of this thing, you know. When we leave here, our grandkids going to be talking, you know what? Our grandparents was talking about doing this a long time ago.
Yes.
Right.
And in the future, more people will be a lot more open to conscious music because it will become the norm eventually, won't it, Skylar?
That's the plan. But not only that, I like I said, I want you guys, let me introduce you to some of my friends over here that's really, really talented, right? And you collaborate with them, which is a beautiful thing. And you can do that on Skype. I've written over 30 songs on Skype, right? They're sitting in their living room like we do doing this, and we write a song. And I'll fly over there and do vocals or whatever. But the fact that we can do that is the most amazing thing, because I don't know all your friends. And we do a song together, you go, no matter what country I'm in, hey, I'd like you to meet my friend Skylar. Well, you just introduced me to a lot of people I wouldn't have never known before, because I've never been over there.
Right.
Right? And so these are new fans of yours. And same thing for you. You go, hey, I just wrote this tune with my buddy in Copenhagen. And we did a cool song like that. You guys get to look it up. Dance Like I'm Losing My Mind. That's a song I put. Remember that? And what I did was help produce this brother in Copenhagen. The guy played 5 instruments on the song, and he mixed, and he mastered, and he did the video. 27 years old. His dad makes Larry Graham his bassist.
Wow, bless him.
So he been at all his life, right? His dad making basses for Larry Graham and different, you know what I mean? So he, as a kid, he was a prodigy, right? So I meet this guy, man, and he's so talented. And I said, man, can you put some bass on this song for me? And he reached over there and grabbed the bass off the wall. I sang him the bass line, he played it, right? He said, what you gonna put on now? I'm gonna put some guitar. I got a melody line, and he grabbed the guitar. But he starts playing like George Benson. He's 27 years old, playing like George. No, so wait till you hear it, right? But the trippy thing is, Dance Like I'm Losing My Mind. I said, I saw Oprah Winfrey one time when that guy Pharrell was on there, right? And she wanted to show him this clip of all these people dancing in different countries with their cell phone to Happy, right? So I took that same concept, but I put it with dancers because my song is dedicated to dancers who stuck with COVID, stuck by COVID, right? And that, you know, they can't do their thing neither. So Dance Like I'm Losing My Mind. It's like they let them out, right? They finally
You're free now. You're free now.
green light. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's really beautiful, but I got dancers from Venezuela. I got dancers from Ghana. I just got people to dance from different countries, and I put it on the song, on the video. So if you get to check it out, right? And that's me collaborating with a young guy from Copenhagen, right? And we can do this. We can do this all over the world.
We certainly can.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And that's why we can't wait until next year to start our very first Music for Global Change Festival. And we're looking for sponsors at the moment, aren't we, Skylar? To really sort of like push it forwards.
I might have that already, but
have you? Oh, well done. Fantastic.
Well, he's the one came up with the idea. He said, my buddy over next door, he has 200 acres, Skylar. He's willing to give you the acres to do your festival there. You just got to get your sound and your lights and stuff like that, right? And I'm gonna call Patty. I'm gonna call Patty Austin. I'm gonna call some. Come over and do your social conscious music, and let's release this thing.
Yes.
And then get some talent buyers to come in and buy on the songs that you guys are doing, right? And we go out and perform them over here, though. You can do that over there. I'm gonna bring you guys over here. That's what I want to do.
It'd be wonderful to get all of you over for the festival.
It would, definitely.
Wouldn't it? And performing as well, Aviva. You'd be
Denise
performing
Denise,
Greg as well.
You down, Denise?
And we get Denise doing
most definitely
presenting, and we get Sheldon there as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. The guy just gave me the two. He said, Scotty, you can have my 200 acres.
It's just so kind of him as well, and that's the start, isn't it, Skylar? That is the start of Music.
Well, we got parking, everything with 200 acres.
If you build it, they will come.
I'm only saying.
Well. And the people.
That's good.
And also the media will support us because no sooner we actually book it, you watch the media attention that we're going to get. It will be phenomenal as well, Skylar, which will also help with the sponsorship too. I'll
bring in the biggest band, which is my buddies. They just they were at the Eurovision this year. They was the finalists. I did a song with them in Portugal, and I'll bring those in. Those guys are amazing, right?
They are. We interviewed them a few weeks ago.
You have Americans and different countries coming in, and everybody's doing a festival around social conscious music. That's the plan. You know? And the beautiful thing, we get to see each other. Like I said, there's so much talent over here, but they love America. So to bring you guys over here and then have the Brits have, I can bring some people, the Brits got, it's some amazing talent over here, right? And you put it all together, right? And then you launch it, Music for Global Change.
Yeah. And
we start doing concerts and going different places and doing this. That's how it catches on, right?
It certainly does, Skylar.
Yeah.
And the first show is going to be the stepping stone for the future, and then eventually take it all the way around the world, doing the festivals all over the world as well, which is what we're aiming towards, aren't we, Skylar?
Exactly. And then we can start having different stages with different kinds of music, right?
Yes.
All kinds of music. And just make it a serious festival. Now, here's my thing, guys, because, I go to Ghana and Ghana's very, very advanced, but there's still people walking around with no shoes on. So what at the Music for Global Change? Now, okay, let me ask you something. How many shoes you got in your closet right now?
Look at how many shoes have you got?
Yeah.
Have you got loads of shoes, Aviva?
Huh? Look at it.
Maybe 20.
You like shoes?
See, now, how many of them do you wear?
Probably 5 pairs.
Are they your favorite ones?
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do at the Music for Global Change concert. If you bring a pair of shoes, you get $10 off the ticket. And we're gonna ship into Africa and give everybody that wants to have some shoes.
That's awesome.
And I expect everyone's got some spare pairs of shoes in their wardrobe. I mean, I was quite surprised. I saw my sister-in-law the other day, and my brother was moaning about her shoe content, and he said that she's got 78 pairs of shoes, all in boxes. 78.
And you can't wear them all.
Do you wear them? And she said, no. She said, but I look at them in the boxes.
That's
And
so
then,
she could donate some shoes, Skylar. And she's got boots as well.
not just shoes. I want to get in touch with all the Rotary clubs,
And also clothes as well, Skylar, would be another good one, wouldn't it?
Well, what I want to do is get instruments.
Yes, an instrument.
For single parent moms that have a talented kid, right? But you can't afford the instrument. Now, Harry died 5 years ago. Harriet still has his saxophone sitting in the closet over there, right? And this kid is like, I dream of, but my mom could never afford that. Well, I'm gonna try to fix that.
Yes. And I can imagine, again, like the shoes, there's so many instruments in people's houses that are not being used.
Definitely, yeah.
Not the whole family plays.
Mismatch.
Huh?
I got 3 pair of mismatched shoes.
Have you?
Hey man, I just seen people work on a car because some of the women that I saw, they got a baby on their back and they're walking down the street, and then they got a bowl on their head and they're selling products. And I don't know how they do their neck like that. I mean, walking around like that for hours, right? What pisses me off the most is right underneath their foot is all the gold, all the diamonds, all the oil. That's why everybody else is going there, right?
Yes.
This is underneath your feet, and you guys are walking around like that, right? So there's some things that got to be fixed, and we can do it. We can do it with music.
They should have shoes on their feet, Skylar, shouldn't they?
And if I could say something real quick about that, and that is an excellent idea, because I went to Zimbabwe and I saw more of the same. But Uganda, there's this group called Soul Hope, SOLE Soul. These children are walking without shoes, and they're getting these parasites from the ground that works their way, through the sole of the feet and into their bodies, and it handicaps a lot of the kids, cripples them, and some of them even die. So they got this group to go over there to Uganda, and they set up a medical clinic, and they have to actually physically pluck these parasites out of the bottom of the children's feet because they don't have shoes. Wow. So what they were doing, they were collecting denim. If you had any type of denim that you could ship to them here in the States, and they would take that denim and ship it over there, and they would make shoes out of the fabric. And this is how a lot of the kids were able to get shoes. And I mean, they would show video of them physically having to take like a safety pin and pluck these parasites from the bottom of these children's feet, because they're walking without shoes. So just listen to you talk about this idea about the shoes, I think is phenomenal, because and when you do that, remember the country of Uganda, because that is really very needed there.
I want to send to all. It's 54 countries in Africa. But the trippy thing is, like, I gotta find an organization or a foundation that can fly it over there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's gonna be my challenge and stuff like that. It just, if I can get an organization that would just fly the shoes over there and they could just drop the shoes in all kind of areas, right? That's all good. I mean, because like I said, the talent over there in Ghana and Nigeria, the talent is off the charts. There's no music industry over there. There's no, I mean, there's, and they studied the West like crazy, but they put the African feel on it.
Yes,
right?
they do. Yeah. And they're happy,
still
aren't they?
They get, oh my God, people smart. They ain't got nothing, they smiling.
They do.
Yeah. I mean, beautiful soul, So let us change this music like this. Greg, I want to take you over there too, and Sheldon. I want to take all you guys. Come over to Ghana, right? Mm-hmm. My cousin lives there, and we're gonna do some concerts there as well, right? And,
right.
But the thing about it is for you guys to collaborate with him, right? Write with him, and you won't imagine. You can't imagine how that would make them feel. I'm collaborating with an American, where the music that I'm studying comes from, right? Mm-hmm. We can do that for each other, man.
We certainly can.
I told you, my mom said it best to me. She said, and we was on welfare, didn't have no money, but she would always feed little. She hated seeing little kids when they get off school. Look, their parents ain't gonna get home to 6 o'clock. And she would always feed these kids with the little bit of food that we had. Here, baby, just eat something to your parents. How come they leave, right? And she said, baby, just because we ain't got money, don't mean we can't help.
That's so true, isn't it? It's acts of kindness and always thinking of those less fortunate than yourselves.
Yeah, and then you got billionaires out here.
Yes.
That dude, Bill Gates got a boat, a luxury boat worth $644 million.
Imagine how many people that could help and how many countries, and homelessness as well. And
there's a lot of homeless people in LA, right? Right, guys?
It's ridiculous.
It help a lot of people.
He got a boat. He got a boat that can solve all of that. And he can't even be on the boat all year.
No. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of greed in the world.
Priorities, man. Crazy.
Unfortunately.
So there's a lot of things we can change, and let's use music to do it, right?
Yes.
I'm just asking you guys now. I'd love for you guys to write as much social conscious music as you can, and then let's put it in a platform where we can make concerts out of it, right? What's that guy? Singer. Oh God. Okay, there's a guy, and I think you know him too. Well, he's in the Bay Area. He's making about 40 grand a pop. Michael Franti. He's making about 40 grand a pop a gig, right? And he's doing the same kind of music, but it's not mainstream. But you can make a living on. You can. What? You can do that 43 times a week. You're doing all right. $40,000 a pop.
No complaints here.
For 2 hours, and he goes out, and what he did was brilliant. He went out and got in touch with the yoga crowd, right? And he bought a couple of yoga studios, right? And all those people go out to see him. They hippies or hippie grandkids or whatever, and I'm happy. That's his music. We're happy.
Yes.
And they go see that stuff, so I know it's a market for it.
There certainly is. Skylar, sorry to interrupt. Greg's going to have to leave now, bless him, because he's got another commitment. And we just want to say thank you so much, Greg, for coming on to the show this evening. We're truly grateful, and keep in touch. And we're really blessed that you're part of Music for Global Change, and keep up the good work and shining bright. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Have a great evening. Namaste.
Wow. All right, brother. I love you, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Sheldon, for coming on.
This is very inspiring.
Oh, brother,
very inspiring. It's very inspiring. So keep up the great work.
Thank you so much, and you too as well. We can't wait to meet you in person when we do our first festival. Hopefully, you can come over.
I'll come through the wires.
Or we connect you, through the internet. If not.
Right. All right, brother. Much love.
Thank you so much.
All right. God bless.
Bye for now.
God bless. Namaste.
God bless. Namaste.
Stay in touch with us because I love to hear more of your social conscious music, and we like to promote more of your social conscious music.
Most definitely, Aviva, and we can't wait to have you over in the UK to perform your amazing songs too, live on stage for us.
That sounds amazing. I would love to do that. I've never been to the UK.
Haven't you?
Oh, you need to come.
Oh, you will love it. Honestly, the UK is beautiful, and you'll definitely love London as well.
Yeah,
there's lots going on in London.
Yeah, it's nostalgic. Yeah,
it certainly is. It's a
Thank you for coming.
But thank you so much for coming. Bless you, and keep shining bright and keep up the good work.
Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you.
God bless you all. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you.
Bye.
Save the world. Music can save the world if we all humanity.